They called it the most haunted house in England, a quiet Victorian rectory in rural Essex where the dead seemed unwilling to stay buried. Borley Rectory rose in 1863, built for Reverend Henry Bull and his large family on what locals whispered was the site of an ancient monastery. From the beginning, strange things stirred, footsteps padding through empty halls, a ghostly nun gliding across the garden paths at dusk, even a phantom coach drawn by headless horses sweeping silently over the lawn. The Bulls grew accustomed to these visitations, or at least they claimed they did. Decades passed with the sightings continuing. 4 of Bull's daughters watched the nun appear again and again, sometimes inside the house, staring through windows as if searching for something lost. Bells rang without anyone pulling the ropes, doors locked themselves, and shadows moved where no one stood. When the Bulls left and the house stood empty, Reverend Guy Eric Smith and his wife arrived in 1928, only to uncover more unrest. A woman's skull hidden in a cupboard, phantom lights flickering in locked rooms, and the nun returning with renewed presence. Desperate, the Smiths called in the Daily Mirror, and with it came Harry Price, the famed ghost hunter. Phenomena intensified during his visits, stones hurled through the air, vases shattering untouched, spirit messages tapped out on mirrors. Yet as soon as Price departed, the activity often faded, leaving suspicion in its wake. Then in 1930, Reverend Lionel Foyster moved in with his wife Marianne and their adopted daughter Adelaide, and the house erupted. Furniture overturned without cause, stones and bottles flew across rooms, windows shattered, and Marianne endured brutal assaults, slapped by unseen hands, thrown from her bed, pushed downstairs. Cryptic messages appeared scrawled on walls in childish handwriting. "Marianne, please help get out." Prayers, mass prayers, light mass prayers. They begged for release, written on scraps of paper, mirrors, even inside books. A medium reached a spirit named Marie Lairre, a French nun said to have been murdered on the site long ago, while another voice, Sunex Amuris, issued a chilling warning: the house would burn. 11 months later, on February 27, 1939, it did. New owner Captain W.H. Gregson accidentally knocked over an oil lamp, and flames roared through the gasless halls, gutting the rectory in hours. Witnesses claimed shadowy figures walked amid the blaze, a nun, a monk, silhouettes in the inferno. The building was demolished in 1944, but the legend refused to die. Bones unearthed in the ruins were thought to belong to Marie Lairre. She received a quiet Christian burial. Yet even then, reports persisted, the nun still walking the nearby churchyard, footsteps echoing across the empty grounds, faint bells tolling in the wind. Was Borley Rectory truly the most haunted house in England, or a perfect storm of suggestion, fear, and coincidence? The ruins are long gone, but if you stand in that quiet Essex field on a still night, you might still hear something stirring. Have you ever felt watched in an old building? Drop your own eerie experience in the comments. Subscribe for more certified haunted stories. We're heading deeper into the shadows next.